Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Charlie Bravo here, and I am the Gear Freak. Today we're going to take a look at this. This is the Tru-Spec. This is the quarter zip winter combat shirt. I know that's a mouthful, but trust me, if you are the type of career or whatever that you are wearing a combat shirt, this is a very useful item, especially if you live in a cold environment. So, let me tell you a little bit about it. First off, it has a waffle type fleece, a grid fleece material, and if you're familiar with this material, you know it's very soft on the inside, it's a very comfortable material, and it's very warm. It's not overly warm, and if there's wind, it's going to cut right through that. That's why this is not necessarily your outer layer. So be aware of that, and it doesn't have to be your base layer either. You could wear a thinner material underneath it as well if you want to add just a little bit more warmth to your whatever it is you're wearing. So let me tell you a little bit about it here. It comes in 11 sizes, okay? Everything from an extra small regular up through, there's a 3XL regular, and then in the tall sizes or long, we have a medium long all the way up through a double XL long. So 11 different choices for sizes. You can probably find one that's going to fit you. Now, as far as colors and patterns go, we have 8 different choices there. There is a midnight digital, which kind of reminds me of the Navy, the blueberry or the aquaflage, whatever uniform that they have, that they've gone away from now. And they have it in multicam, they have it in a woodland digital, which is very reminiscent of Msrp. There's also an urban digital, kind of the blacks and grays and things like that. And then it's also available in black, navy, khaki, and olive drab. So 8 different choices as far as colors go. So let's just talk a little bit about it here. So what we have has a Mandarin collar, and that's to keep the body armor from chafing in on you, so you've got something to kind of protect your neck. It has a zipper, a quarter zipper in the front here, and this is a lay flat zipper, and that's important because when you have body armor on, you really don't want anything of bulk at all underneath there. Wherever you're going to have those points of bulk, it's really going to start to hurt, and that's really the main purpose of a combat shirt, is to kind of get rid of those pockets and anything you might have in those pockets, zippers, buttons, things like that that you really don't want, pressing in on you from that body armor. So does a very good job. Again, the zipper lays flat, so that's not going to be a problem. The shoulders does not have a seam on top of the shoulder, so it's not going to cause any kind of point of pain on top of your shoulder, so that's nice. It has pockets on both shoulders, or I guess kind of on your arm. These are arm sleeves, and they're angled to make them fairly convenient to get into. They are Velcro closure, and there's plenty of Velcro real estate there for whatever morale patches, unit patches, flags, you name it, brassards, whatever it is that you need, there's plenty of space for that. Moving down the arms on both sides, we have another pocket at your elbow, and that one is actually for elbow pads. Okay, so it's a Velcro closure, but it's not really a storage pocket. You can put an elbow pad in there just to make it a little bit easier on you, especially if you're going prone a lot. That's going to be helpful. Now, on the left-hand side, you're going to have a pen pocket down towards the wrist, more on your forearm, I guess, and it's going to hold 3 writing utensils or whatever it is you're going to put in there. They're fairly small, so you're not going to get like a large Sharpie or anything like that in there. Really, it's going to be just fine point pens and pencils and things like that. Now, down at the cuff is got a Velcro section to tighten it up, and you can tighten it up pretty tight. As you can see, it'll go pretty tight, or you could leave it all the way open, either way. So one good thing about this being the winter weight, the grid fleece goes all the way down. The whole thing is lined with it. So even where the ripstop material is, underneath that, it's going to help keep you warm. So the MSRP it actually varies depending on which pattern or color you choose. It's anywhere from $93.95 all the way up through $110.95, but you can find it a lot less than that. Typical average price is going to be from $75 up to $88. So you should be able to find a pretty decent price for it. As long as you do a little bit of research, you can actually buy it straight from Tru-Spec. They have a pretty good deal on there as well, lower than your MSRP. So I don't know how that works out, but you can definitely find it there at a pretty good deal. So as far as drawbacks go, really, I wouldn't say it's a drawback. There is a little bit of puckering, kind of the seam got a little tight or something up at the neck. You really can't notice it unless you're really looking for it. When I first got it, I really went over it with a fine-tooth comb, looking for any kind of flaws straight from the packaging, and that was the only thing I could find. And really, it's not a problem at all. Just doesn't affect its use or anything like that. It's more aesthetic than anything. Now, as far as improvements go, I do wish that it came in a few more patterns. Mainly, the new patterns that the military are using. So, you have the ABU pattern, the Airman Battle Uniform pattern that the Air Force uses, the Navy Working Uniform Type 3, so it is a very similar to the Marine Corps, the MARPAT. It's not the same colors and it's a little bit different pattern, but it's designed to blend in a little bit more with the Marine Corps, as well as the Army, who is kind of stepping away from the multicam and they're going with the Scorpion pattern. It's hard to tell the difference unless you have them side by side, but it'd still be pretty neat to see something in a Scorpion pattern available as far as the winter weight goes. I think that'd be pretty cool. So those are really the only things that I would say as far as improvements go. Now, as far as good goes, there's a lot to like about this. It's really warm. I really like the Grid Fleece. I like Grid Fleece undergarments, period. They're very warm. They're very comfortable material to wear. You're not going to have any problems with chafing or anything like that. The one problem I would say that you might have is if you're rolling around a lot in the weeds and stuff like that, stuff is going to stick to, especially if you get it on the inside, it's going to stick to it, so you need to be careful with that. I also like, actually, to help keep that, is it's pretty long. This is a regular size, not one of their long sizes, and it's long enough to tuck it in, and it'll stay tucked in. But it's not so long that if you leave it untucked, it's going to be ridiculous and kind of get in the way. So it's actually pretty good length as far as that goes. I like the flat zipper. It's pretty nice. I haven't had any problems with wearing plate carrier or anything like that. It doesn't cause any irritation or any hot spots or any pain or anything like that. One of the places that I've used, the first time I used it was in December. We had a class, and it was 12 degrees the day of our exercise, and I did wear a base layer underneath it. With that and this, I was actually pretty warm all day long. Of course, I was moving and exercising a lot. If I was standing still, I'd probably want something over the top. Now, it wasn't windy that day either, and again, if it would have been, I probably would have wanted to add another layer just to keep that wind from cutting through the fleece material. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, it is always appreciated when you like and share the videos. And be sure to check out Tru-Spec. I will leave a link down below, as I always do. If you are not a subscriber and you want to see more reviews like this one, see more Gear Freak, find that subscribe button down below, put your crosshairs on it, pull the trigger on that mouse, and then come back next week for another Gear Freak. And don't forget, this Saturday we have the Saturday Sit Rep, where we talk about guns in the news, your Second Amendment rights, people using their firearms for self-defense, as well as new gear and things like that that are coming out in the industry. So be sure to check that out again on Saturday. Remember, your mind, that's your most important weapon, and it's vital to be armed with information. Until next time, take care and be safe. Charlie Bravo, out.